What's up, everyone? I'm Redtail, and as you can tell from the title of the video, the 2025 university semester school year for me is over. That made total sense. But yes, school is done for me for the year, and it's only November. So that means I have 5 months off. Yeah, because I don't necessarily start right at the start of March. I believe it's the middle of March. So I have a pretty long time off. All my final assessments for the year have been handed in. I think I ended up handing at least 2 of them in. My first 2 ones that I ended up tackling very early on. I think both of them were at least at least a week out that I submitted them, which was fun. My law reform was a bit on the harder side. I had to figure out a problem that I had witnessed in a court proceeding or multiple court proceedings and then go from there. The one I chose was judicial bias, and the way I went about being able to get to the word count was go right about, okay, well, who was involved in the problem? What was the problem? Why is the problem a thing? How does this problem come about, and where does it generally happen? So what court, more often than not, does it happen? And then with my solution or solutions I could have, I then also decided to follow the same procedure of who was involved in the solution, what was the solution I was suggesting, how can we implement it, why were we implementing it in this context, and where would we do so? Was it going to be directly in the court? Would we call the person out? Would we get them to go away and get retraining? Everything like that. And then, of course, you conclude on that, but it can be kind of difficult to do that. I've never been the greatest at conclusions. The other one that was a bit... So I only realistically had a week and a half to do it, was I had to focus on 2 weeks worth of topic work, and then had to then do a reflective piece or a critical analysis on the question provided, which it wasn't too bad. I think I did Robodebt, which it's a relatively current event from within the last decade. I was watching it when it was unfolding back in 2017, 2018. So at least I knew a bit about it before going into it, having to research it more. At this time, I don't have the results of how I've gone with those assessments. I don't assume I'm going to get them back till at least early December, because teachers will be saying, I've had enough of these dickheads. I don't want anything to do with them. And they just want to give themselves, I don't know, maybe like a 3-week break before we get them back. But at this time, I don't have any of the results. That being said, I would have had to have tried to fail a subject in order to have to repeat it. There's no way that I'll be repeating any of my subjects from the end of 2025, thank goodness. For me ending the school year, so to say, I'll be going back to work because I took a month off. I took the month of October off completely from work, so I haven't been working at all because I just wanted to fully focus on being able to get the work done, not to just a basic standard, to a standard that I wanted to do it, and be able to have time off in between it. It's like not going from, I'm going to work all week and then just work on the weekends and have no day off, my Sunday off. But it's not really a day off because I'd still be doing work anyway. So I actually wanted some legitimate, be able to have time off, have time for myself, have time for being able to spend with my family. And it actually was really nice to have that time off. But now I'll be going back to work, and because I have 5 months off of school, I'll be working hopefully more nights in the week, which may mean more drive homes. This summer, I'm hoping to look at least getting 2 playthroughs done. I have 2 games lined up. Yes, they are older games. Maybe you can guess what they are because I keep going on about them all the time. But there's also some indie games I want to play as well. When in regards to the new releases, I always try and at least get 1 or 2 really small titles from Steam in there, as we saw from the Midnight Walk, which was a phenomenal game, and I have just finished playing it. Or a couple weeks ago, I've just finished playing it. But yeah, I mean, I thought that was going to be like, maybe like a 4-hour epic, and it's turned into... Well, it probably is a 4-hour epic, but it's taken me months to actually finish it and get it done. With my time that I'm now not dedicating to study for the summer break, and because I don't have an internship or a placement, I'm definitely going to be making a shitload more content for the channel. I recently found out, I'm not one of these people, I recently found out as of last week Yeah, no, it would have been last week or slightly before that. So end of week 10 towards start of week 11, I found out that 20 people were being called in front of the academic board. 20 people from my class, or from one of the classes I'm doing. 20 people being called in front of the academic board for all using AI. I got an email from my school from the academic board saying, "Hey, could we use examples from your essay from this subject as like a comparative thing when we have to give evidence and when they're trying to give evidence?" Like, yeah, sure. I mean, as long as you redact my name and redact my student number, that's fine. You can use that. I couldn't believe it. There's 24 people in that class. There's meant to be 24 people. How does that happen? How do 20 people say, "No, we're going to cheat"? I found out that one of them didn't even remove the response of, "Oh, I'm only in AI, but if I was writing this assessment, I would." Why would you act so moronic? It's just because anything like this, if you want to be a lawyer, anything like this will remain in your academic record, and your lawyers will say, "Oh, in your first year you cheated. Why?" "Oh, I was a young, dumb kid." Yeah, but because you're still a young, dumb kid joining our business, why should we trust you with this? Are you just not going to doctor documents? But I wasn't one of them, which is because I never use AI, because I think it's just taking away the effort and the experience of me actually having to learn stuff and learn how to articulate essays and research and reports. Hard work maybe pays off. Actually, it does. Don't ever question that. It does pay off. It just takes a very long time to pay off. I also got in not trouble, but I was working out on the dip bars and the pull-up bars with some mates that the guys that I work out with at uni, and it was a really, really warm day. I think it was like a 27, 28 degree day. So we're there working out, our shirts off because we're sweating and we've all got classes to go to in the afternoon. We don't want to necessarily cling to our clothes. And we get security walk up on us because 3 people have come up and complained to them. They're together in a group. They brought the security back. And one of the guys in the security was like face palming the entire time. I was like, "Really? You're going to complain about this?" They're not bothering it. We weren't bothering anyone. We weren't playing loud music. We weren't even playing any music. We weren't shouting at each other to, "Get up on the bar! Get back up on the bar!" We weren't shouting at anyone that was walking past at all. We were just minding our business. The 5 of us just doing pull-ups, push-ups, and dips. And we got told that, that apparently the complaint was they're sexually harassing us. Look, maybe you got flustered when you saw a bunch of dudes working out with their shirts off. Security ended up just saying, "Guys, please keep the shirts on." But they were both like, seriously. One of them, even the first security guard that was actually talking to the group's like, "Are you sure you just like might not be really flustered that you think they're cute and you've gotten offended by that you couldn't go up and talk to them?" I couldn't believe it. My folks couldn't believe it. My dad's co-workers couldn't believe it when they're like, "What? You got told off for what?" Oh, it's university. What did I expect was going to happen? But that all being said, really look forward to making more content over the summer, be able to build it back up, get back into the swing of things, at least until I go into uni next year for the first semester. But I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Very much looking forward to getting back and making a boatload more content for myself and for you, the viewer. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you did indeed enjoy the video, please don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below, and consider hitting that subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next video. See ya!